Take a look at these $100 microphones. Most of them come with just one knob to control something, maybe gain or volume, and that's it. Now, take a look at this one. A very familiar face, right? Yeah, that's the Blue Yeti microphone. And we've been using this one for around 15 years. You might be wondering how on earth that is even possible, right? Well, when it comes to versatility, the Yeti is a clear winner. No doubt about that. So, do you want to know how this mic lives up to its hype after 15 years? Let's find out. Now, I'll be honest, I don't have any unboxing footage of this mic, and there's a good reason for that. Let me take you back a bit. Our office used to use this exact mic for professional work like voiceovers, webinars, podcasts, and whatnot. By the time I got introduced to it, the mic was already 7 years old, and one day, it was gone. It stopped working after going through countless hours of use. By then, we were already using Rode NT USB Mini, another plug-and-play mic for recording stuff. We were also using the famous 2i2 audio interface from Scarlett for the voiceovers. But something didn't feel right. We were missing the Blue Yeti, the convenience, the quality, and so many other memories that came with it. Nostalgia hit us, and we decided to get a brand new one for the office. So we got that, started playing with it, and immediately I realized why this mic was blowing people's minds. To be honest, I already knew it the moment I saw it getting unboxed. It was a shiny silver piece of metal that screamed class and quality. Alongside it came a sturdy stand and a USB cable. Everything you need to get started right out of the box. And let me tell you, once I started using it, I felt its quality, the robustness, the charm. This mic wasn't just good, it was exceptional. And over the next 8 years, it became my go-to for everything: recording, streaming, and creating. It was perfect for any creator just starting out. No phantom power, no external audio interface, just plug it into your PC or Mac, and you're good to go. For a plug-and-play mic, this setup is refreshingly simple. The first thing that stands out is the sheer heft of this microphone. It's literally a heavy metal, but that's not a bad thing. The weight does give it a premium feel after all, and the metal body's solid construction immediately screams durability. This thing isn't going to fall apart after a few knocks, unless you decide to use it as a hammer. Please don't. Now let's talk design. The Yeti has a metal body that feels like it could survive a zombie apocalypse. And this is not a joke at all, it's that much sturdy of a product. This will definitely be in my arsenal in crisis scenarios. However, if you ask me, I've dropped it a few times, and it still works flawlessly. Anyways, the mic is available in several colors, but my favorite is the classic silver. The retro aesthetic combined with modern functionality is a chef's kiss. The knobs and button are neatly arranged on the front and back, and everything feels tactile and responsive. You'll feel it when you touch it. On the front, there's a mute button and a headphone volume knob for zero latency monitoring, although I don't really use it since I have this feature on my gaming headset. But hey, a feature like this is absolutely great for people who do not have this feature in their headset. On the back, there are knobs for gain and pattern selection. Speaking of patterns, this is where the Yeti shines. Because with 4 recording modes, which are cardioid, bidirectional, omnidirectional, and stereo, this hell of a mic can handle everything from solo podcasts to group interviews and even musical recordings. I've done all of these, and I still do. But there's a catch: that metal body. If your home doesn't have proper electrical grounding, it can stay slightly electrified. I'm talking about those little shocks that make you spill your tea all over your desk. It's not dangerous, but it's definitely not fun. Let's just say this mic has a shocking personality, literally. And this is what I don't like. For that, I had to ensure that my home electricity was properly grounded, and for further safety, I used an insulated mount to make my experience with this mic more convenient. Now, performance. The Blue Yeti punches well above its price point. During the pandemic, this was my go-to mic for everything, like voiceovers for videos, game streaming, recording metal vocals, and even pristine acoustic guitar sessions. And let me tell you, it nailed every single task. Some of my musician friends even asked me which audio interface I used to record the guitar. When they realized that it was just one simple plug-and-play mic, the only question all of them asked was, "Are you serious?" Speaking of recording, let's check out the 4 recording patterns of the Yeti. you'll see changes in the next. The cardioid mode is perfect for solo content creation. Since I do a ton of voiceovers, this is my regular pick. It captures a warm, rich sound while minimizing background noise. While recording an interview or a duet, I just switched to the bidirectional mode, which I just did if you have noticed. And except for the front and back, this pattern does not capture sound from the side, as you can hear. Now, what if I need to record the entire room? Well, that's what omnidirectional mode does. And as you can hear, this mode is excellent for recording surrounding sound. And finally, switching to stereo. And I only do this when I want a more immersive sound that will deliver a wide, natural audio field. Can you feel the tickle inside your brain? Sure you do. The Yeti's versatility doesn't stop there. I experimented with clean vocals, distorted metal screams, and even ASMR. And this mic delivered impressive results every time. The clarity and detail are phenomenal for a USB mic like this. And while it's not on par with high-end XLR setups, it's more than enough for most creators, at least for creators like me. One of my favorite things about the Yeti is how intuitive it is to use. The controls are straightforward, and the included stand is both sturdy and adjustable. It's a desk mic, sure, but if you need more flexibility, it's compatible with most mic stands and boom arms. However, the Yeti isn't without its quirks. Because of its size and weight, it's not the most portable option. And while the knobs and the mute button are generally well designed, the gain knob eventually lacks precision. It's easy to overdo it, leading to distortion if you're not careful. But at this point of using it, I don't really mind since it has served me beyond my expectations. Another minor gripe is the lack of a physical on-off switch. It's always on when plugged in, which really isn't a deal breaker, but feels like a missed opportunity for added convenience. Could Blue do it? I think so. Now, let's get a little more real about the downsides. First up, the Yeti picks up everything. Unless you've got a soundproof room, this mic will hear your keyboard clicks, your neighbor's lawnmower, and even your dog's snores. You'll need to invest in some soundproofing or at least a good noise gate in post-production. I have invested quite a good amount of my bucks for soundproofing and my experience was good. But a lot of people do not want to go through this hassle at the beginning of their content creation career, which is understandable. Then there's the USB connection. While convenient, it's not as robust as an XLR setup. Over time, the port can become loose, and if you're not careful, you might find yourself jiggling the cable to maintain a stable connection. And let's not forget the shocking issue, literally. The electrified metal body is more of a nuisance than a safety hazard, but it's something you'll need to consider if your home's electrical grounding isn't up to par. So, is the Blue Yeti worth your hard-earned cash? Absolutely. If you're a content creator looking for an all-in-one solution that's versatile, reliable, and delivers great audio quality. It's not perfect, but for around $100, it's hard to beat. The build quality, ease of use, and multi-pattern functionality make it a fantastic choice for beginners and seasoned creators alike. That said, it's not the mic for everyone, but it's a great mic to start with. If you need a portable setup, or if your home has grounding issues, you might want to look elsewhere. And if you're an audiophile or professional musician, you'll eventually outgrow the limitations of a USB mic. In the end, the Blue Yeti is like the Swiss Army knife of USB microphones. It does a little bit of everything, and it does it well. Just make sure you've got a steady hand for that teacup, and maybe a good grounding wire.